What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Siouxsie and the Banshees, and we're back with more from their 1981 album Juju. Once again, major shout out to friend and champion of the channel, Nicola. And the next tune is Monitor. Monitor can have different meanings. I feel like the natural inclination now to think of a computer monitor. I know computers were around, even computers that people had in, sort of private or domestic settings by the early 80s, but personal computers weren't really a thing, at least ubiquitously, until later in that decade, maybe even till the 90s. So I don't know, I feel like perhaps that rendering of the word is less likely. Monitor can just be anything that monitors some metric or some situation and is therefore programmed or with psychological intent, if it's a biological monitor, to take some action upon the breaching of a certain quantitative value or whatever. Now, monitor could be something like akin to a lifeguard or a babysitter, someone who makes sure that all people in a given situation are safe or not in harm's way. Ultimately, I'm not quite sure what to make of it in general, and then within a Siouxsie and the Banshees song where, not only have I not been able to pick up all their lyrics on a first listen, but where some of the songs had meanings, as I would learn from people's comments, exceeding what I thought I had heard. So let's find out. This is Siouxsie and the Banshees. The tune is Monitor, and it's from the 1981 album Juju. Like a Rage Against the Machine tune. Fell into a psychedelic morass. far. Definitely a punk rock edge, and even seemingly some themes. It's like, in one respect, it's making me think of Bad Brains at the movies, which is like, in some respects, it's about the disconnect between movies and the motifs and things that they suggest about society and what people should do in their lives and so on, relative to what, you know, punks in the early 80s saw society as and so on. It feels like there's a bit of that here, and it's saying like, oh, you know, we crave this entertainment, so we go to films where we try to like learn about love, or we try to experience love vicariously, and, you know, other types of experiences. But then she's saying, but like, you know, get ready for the real McCoy, like get ready to actually feel some of these things, and not the like, you know, plastic 2D version of the experiences and emotions that you crave and that we want. So it seems like maybe at the same time to be like stop being plastic and actually be real and get out there and feel things, and also, you know, don't watch the films of these people who just want to make money off the most plastic, like, you know, safe and in another sense like crass entertainment possible. You know, don't get your emotional releases and entertainment that way. So it seemed like it was maybe operating on like a couple different levels. Maybe I'm misreading both of those layers. Maybe it's doing something else entirely, but that's sort of what it hit me as. And again, it was reminding me of another tune of a very punk rock and early 80s nature, which I'm quite fond of. So in any case, love the sonics. Again, it was brooding and punkish, but it was also a bit psychedelic here and there. It was dark. I mean, I've said before, you know, like Japan and Roxy Music, maybe a couple other groups, but those two I always think of. They do their own thing in a way that, you know, it really is unique. It's, you know, I listen to both those groups and it's like, there's nothing like this. When I listen to Siouxsie the Banshees, I do get a similar feel. Like they have their own wheelhouse that's not like anyone else's wheelhouses. And even though, again, I've been saying, oh, Cocteau Twins and Siouxsie, I feel like there's some similarities. I do, you know, even with my limited knowledge in that regard, I do stand by that. But at the same time, it's like you could now play a lot of Siouxsie and the Banshees tracks. I feel like it'd be like, oh, that's got to be Siouxsie. Like, you know, if not Siouxsie and the Banshees, at least Siouxsie in one of her iterations. Because yeah, just there's a feeling in their tracks, even when the sonics are a bit different here and there. So yeah, another really cool one. One of my favorites, I would say, of the first, you know, album and a half that I've gone through. So once more, big ups to Nicola. I really do appreciate you and your patience, of course. And yeah, also your comments. Again, we had, you know, a couple interactions recently, but, you know, I see your comments and all the different deep dives, and I really do appreciate it. So to all the friends of the channel, big shout out to you. Let me know what you think here. I will see you next time. Peace.